and you have to maintain a certain amount of, trees and plant life to be able to do that conversion. It's kind of the theory of
we can destroy the trees and the vegetation on the earth. We have the ability to do that.
We've got to maintain that.
We've got to maintain it. Planting trees is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm an environmentalist.
Yeah.
I'm an environmentalist. I just don't believe the junk.
Yeah.
How much of our oxygen is produced by seaweed?
By what?
Seaweed.
A lot.
So that's,
The ocean dissolves CO2. It'll absorb the CO2, and then the plankton in the ocean and the seaweed and all this plankton, they call it, in the ocean will produce oxygen, and the sun from the sun into the ocean will produce the oxygen back in, and it balances there also. When Mount St. Helen erupted, it put out more CO2 than we'll put out burning fossil fuel in 400 years. I mean, that's things that have actually been made. So the fossil fuel thing is a part. Is it gonna get warmer? Probably is. It's gotten warmer. If you go back and study the temperatures from the time man was created, you'll see that there were hot seasons and colder seasons. The hottest season that we have on record was from 1930 to 1931, I believe. 30 to 31 was the highest year temperature we've ever had. We haven't exceeded that yet, even in the last few years. In 1986, they came out with a warning that we were going to have another ice age. It's going to be cold. Some of you probably will remember talking about a new ice age. So it's I made a statement in some of you may have seen it on the recording, but I made a statement about the carbon dating process that's been used for years and years and years. You probably heard of some of that when you're in college and all this about how they carbon date things to tell how old it is and all this. That has all pretty much been dispelled. It's not accurate. Well, they did one that they had some kind of knowledge of, and they missed it by over 80%. So, I used the example. I'll say it again. I used the example of you take a diamond. They say, well, it takes 15 million years for a diamond under certain coal under certain pressure to form a diamond, and that's the reason they're rare. And they're 400 miles under the surface of the earth, and the volcanoes bring them out, and that's the way they got diamonds out on the earth and all this kind of stuff. But I said, my belief is that if I had a piece of coal, they say now it's made from some other rock, but if I had a piece of coal, I could lay it on this table here, and I could ask God. He probably wouldn't do it, but I could ask God to make me a 3-carat diamond out of that, and he could do it like that. I could take it to the scientists and they'd look at it and say, yeah, it took 3 million years to make that. Or 10 million years to make that. Because we don't understand God.
No.
We don't understand how much power. We don't understand the love. We don't understand the power. We don't understand the reasoning of God. Sometimes when I'm talking to groups, and I've made these talks literally all over the world, and I made it in Australia at one time. I was talking to people, and I was making saying that about God was able to do this and whatever. And we got into the dinosaurs and all the other things that are out there, that there's no explanation for. I said, God probably got a real sense of humor. Because sometimes I know he's got to be laughing at some of the stuff we think we know. That's right.
Yeah.
But thank God, I know him.
amen.
Hallelujah.
And you can just look at a baboon and you know he's got a sense of humor.
It's a simple thing.
Yeah.
I think
Animals.
when we all get to heaven, and I hope we all make it, when we all get to heaven, there's going to be a lot of people surprised.
Yeah.
Because the Bible teaches us that it even says that we can't imagine, we can't even in our imagination, even think the glory of God. We just can't do it. We can't, in our own mind, we can't do this. And we talk about things that happened 15 million years ago, dinosaurs, or 20 million years ago, or 50 million years ago, and all of this. I don't know that that happened, but I know God could have done it if He wanted to that way. Before He formed the earth. The only real time that we can really count is we know when we can go back to Adam and Eve, and we can go through the generations of the Bible where the records were actually kept.
Yeah. And
Less
Noah's
than
Ark.
6,000 years ago.
Noah's Ark, them dinosaurs were on Mars.
And you know, there's a Big Bang Theory out there, and I made this statement in the service on Sunday morning. I worked with Dr. Edward Teller. He's the father of the hydrogen bomb. You look him up in the encyclopedia or wherever you want to. You look him up on the internet now. His picture was in encyclopedia when I first met him, and I thought that was something else to be working with somebody whose picture was in an encyclopedia. That's where we, by the way, that's where we had internet. That's where we had computers.
Tell the kids that they're books.
Do you remember when they found the bone and they said it was 1 million years old, the first man from a man?
Yeah.
It turned out to be a rabbit bone.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
And that theory's gone because they
Yeah.
found out
Oh, no,
what
they're
it
still
was a
pushing that
rabbit
bill.
bone.
Yeah, that's what I say. A lot of the things that they talk about are, you know, it's all subjective. It's subjective thinking, and we do have some smart scientific people out there, but you also gotta stop and think that 244 years ago, we didn't have automobiles. The mode of transportation then was still ox carts. That's the way we got around the country. Horses, ox carts.
Most people are foot.
That's right, that's what I was
And,
thinking.
you know,
Yep.
the main topic here is that God created this earth, and He created man, and He created earth to sustain man. And if you'll look at the Bible and go from Genesis to Revelation, you'll find where people honored God, where they followed God, they were very successful. Once they thought that they were doing it themselves,
Yep.
they failed.
Failed.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
We're at the point in our country today, in order to become a socialistic country, there's about 5 steps. The first one is you lose your morality.
That's bad.
Check that box.
That's
You can
bad.
check that one.
Uh-huh.
From 1960, when we took God out of the schools
Uh-huh.
and everything else, our morality
It's
is
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
I mean, the curse words and the things you hear on TV and everywhere else today, they'd have got cut off of the radio. We didn't have TV, they'd have got cut off of the radio back then for using
Still
that kind of
should.
language.
I know.
And also the things they talk about, the things that are advertised, our morality is totally, absolutely gone.
Horrible.
And then the next thing is the government takes over the health care, the money situation, take away our guns, take away our policemen, take away our people that rule, that help to enforce the laws. And they
Safety.
have to enforce the laws because all the people aren't gonna be good people. And
I can see
before
it's
long, we become a socialist nation, and I don't think our young people have any idea what that is.
I think a lot of the young people feel like socialism's a good thing. We're all sharing with each other. They have that mentality of we can all get along and share, and they don't understand. You need to earn and work, and you should feel pride in having what God's blessed you with. But they don't understand that. They just think we should all share and get along.
I think it's because they haven't really gotten out there and had, a lot of them are very young, just come out of college, They haven't really gotten out there and worked their way up and bought their home and bought,
A lot of them
mom and
aren't.
dad been doing a lot of it so
It's
far,
sad,
you
but a lot
know?
of them aren't. A lot of them are renters. A lot
Right.
of them live off student loans and debt.
Yep.
A lot of them.
They haven't gotten out there yet.
Yeah, they may not even get there is the thing. So
If
then,
they're, yeah,
you know,
exactly.
there's people that are in their forties that are not there, may not ever get there.
Well,
Right.
the scripture verse I read to begin with
Yes.
says, wisdom is with aged men and with length of days and understanding. And it's hard to explain that to youth, that the understanding isn't there, and I understand that, but the thing of it is, the best thing you can tell any young person is believe in God, trust in God. And I gave you a point there to follow. Put on the whole armor of God. Do what you feel that Jesus would have you to do. And that'll bring us all to the right place.
Absolutely,
That's the main topic of what we're talking about.
yes.
We need to get back to our basics, back to the
Armor is what we
basics.
need.
And the first basic is the appreciation
Space,
of nature.
gravity and everything else, man,
Amen.
it's just unbelievable.
You know, that's, like Job was saying, he said, how can you say there's no God? When you look at the birds, when you look at the beasts, when you look at the earth,
The foundation.
What was your point of view for, like, say, here when people, before they came to America and all the Indians, they lived off the earth and they knew all about it, way more than us, and I feel like
Yeah.
I've read in several places, we
She's
kinda
right.
killed the Indians out with our particular diseases we brought over, or camps that we put them in.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt we did. And, you know, there's a lot of things that have been done wrong. Slavery was wrong.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't agree with slavery,
But
I
you can't
didn't do
erase
it.
it, cause we're doomed to repeat.
Yes.
I mean, you have human trafficking right now that is the worst form of
Yeah.
slavery, and it's still going on.
Yeah.
It
And we're
doesn't
worried
mean,
about
it
something
does,
200 years ago, you know?
man's imperfect. And, you know, the philosophy in those days was to own and conquer and own. And that's still a lot of people's attitude. If we can conquer it, we can own it.
Manifest destiny.
Yes, manifest destiny, you're absolutely right. But when the Declaration of Independence was written, it said all men are created equal.
There you
And
go.
God gave men
There
something
you
He
go.
didn't give anybody else. He gave
Yeah.
us the power to reason. He gave us the power of making judgments on our own. And He gave us a want for freedom and a want for love. Love to love someone to love us and for us to love other people.
Has to be there.
And that gets away sometimes. Satan has got an answer. He's got a false spirit for every good spirit.
Yeah.
God's got control. If we just follow what God would have us to do.
And you have to know where to stand, not to fall, and the only way you're gonna know where to stand is by reading the Bible.
Yep.
You know, going through it and asking God to show you.
I made a statement in the Sunday morning talk about how that God breathed life into man. And we've had scientists try to even make seeds to raise a tomato, but they can't artificially make a seed. They can make a hybrid, they can make things
Yeah.
better, they can do things with
right.
it. But if they try to make just a seed, it won't come up
God made
because
it.
it doesn't have life in it.
Yeah.
And that's true of virtually everything that's out there.
What do you think of, like you said, they try to create something that's not life. What do you think of the whole, people are trying to do cloning and recreating body parts that can be cloned to be used for other people?
Well, they're doing that using body itself, and you yourself, me, myself, the people in this room, what you have is, I mean, just our body alone is a absolute fascinating.
Yes.
It's just unbelievable what our body will take and what it will do. And, you know, we talk about, I mentioned antibiotics. You know, we get sick and they give us an antibiotic. People say, well, the antibiotic cured you. The antibiotic didn't cure you. It actually caused your body to form antibodies that resisted what was in your body and took care of it. Your body is, I mean, my daughter's a doctor, and when she went into medical school, the one thing I asked her, I said, Melita, what are you really learning? She said, Dad, we studied the hand. And she said, I'm just amazed at what the hand actually does. And she went into, there's that mask right there, and I pick it up. I pick it up very lightly because I know it's light and it's okay. The Bible, it's heavier. I pick it up, I do it different, I grip it different, and it all comes automatically. Your hands just, that's a glass of water, so I know to not pick it up sideways. Here's a box here. I mean, just God created that.
Spiritually and wonderfully made.
One thing about the hand that I noticed, you can hold your hand up, and they're not short, little, but you make a fist and they're warm even.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
I mean, seriously.
I'm just
You know,
curious.
there's a lot of things, and I think if I had my life if I could go back and teach some things to my children, is I would teach them more about God's actual laws, the rules of nature, the laws of nature, and how that we need to appreciate every breath we take is created by God.
God gives it, yes. Yes.
Like I said, I've got 37 patents, and I've had people say, man, what'd you create? I said, nothing. I just took something that God put here and made it work better for me. And that's all medical science does, that's all that physical science does. And if you learn an appreciation for God and the balance of nature, you'll be successful. I'm not all that smart. I just figured it out as I went.
You talked about the Indians there. They were the first ones really to be the pharmacists, because they took our plants from this earth and made medicine.
Yeah.
And I mean, they didn't have any education at all. God provided for them, and we still are using medications that they discovered.
But there's still, I mean, we've got people here today that are old enough to remember the home remedies, and most of them worked. They worked. Home remedies.
You put a little coal on a lot of things.
I'm just curious about what your opinion is on the shortage of change and.
The shortage of change in coins.
Change in coins.
What's your opinion on that?
I don't know, I'm baffled about that myself. I know that, there's a lot of people that collect change. I've done that myself for years. I put change in a can and all that, and I put $500-600 worth of change.
Yeah.
But, what little I've collected wouldn't make any difference. But I don't know.
Yeah, something's going on there.
I think there's, yes.
You
And
know,
I had a friend of mine.
It's based in money.
This is just a joke, but you say, well, they're living better, and they're not spending the change.
There's bills actually in Congress right now. There's bills in our legislature right now. If you knew what they're looking at doing, would scare you to death.
Going to a cashless society.
And I'm gonna tell you, this virus thing, there's a purpose for that.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I mean, I know that
Intentional.
it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to discount it at all. I wear a mask in here and I get close to somebody, when I get up, I'll put it back on again, but it's a bad thing. But you mentioned money, and I don't wanna waste everybody's time here. But if you could, right now, we're ripe for them to come in and say, well, all of your money is polluted. All the money that you've got, all your cash,
I
your
feel like
$1
this-
bills, your $20 bills, turn all of those in.
The coronavirus has given them free run and range.
We're gonna send these packages around. It's got this sign on it that shows that money is polluted and it's causing all this virus thing, and you put that money in this box and you send it to a certain place, and we're gonna give you a government card that says you got this kind of money or whatever. I mean,
Right,
people look at you and say you're nuts.
right, right. But like I told Dennis
Something
the other
like
day,
that wouldn't surprise me a bit.
we have been, places before when we knew we had money on our credit card, and you put the card in, and it says card denied. So I always carry money in my wallet just in case that happens, because we use our card 99% of the time. Well, if they take away the change and they take away the dollar bill, and you're at that gas station out of town, and it says card denied, and they won't take your money, you know, it's a scary thought.
And guess who just controlled you in your travels?
Exactly. And what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So it's
Nope.
something to think about.
Don't go out and tell somebody that I said that's gonna
No.
happen, but
No.
I'm just saying we're
Agreed.
right for something like that.
Exactly.
Those scenarios are out there.
Yes, they are. And I said, I know it's not just about the, germs, because we've had money for years and change.
Yeah.
And nobody's, but now the coronavirus, and now the change is disappearing, the next will be the dollar. I'm going. You know, so it's very, something bigger is going on.
Doesn't it say in the Bible that in the end times, we will have to have a tattoo on our forehead to get anything to eat or
Oh, yeah.
drink?
The technology's already there.
Yes,
That's the thing about it, the technology's already there.
exactly.
You know, I don't wanna be political, I think you can get political in church now, but, you know, I believe that Trump is the best person for the country right now because he's trying to do away with some of these things.
Yeah.
However, he's also his own worst enemy.
Oh, is he?
You think?
He is.
But he is standing for God, and he's standing for the
He is standing for
Constitution,
God.
and
He's standing for all
the
this stuff,
Second
but
Amendment,
he's
and
his
he
own worst
does
enemy in that he
for
will
life,
listen to him.
right for life, so I'm for it.
I think Congress should take away his tweeter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's really the only way though he
That's
can be
the only way
heard.
he can talk though, because he's not allowed on Facebook or anything, so he gets out to the people the way that he can.
Yeah.
And the
True.
media lies about everything he says, so.
The issues that-
It all gets
Can't
turned
believe we got
around, you know.
27 people here tonight, John.
Okay, now this is just a trivia question,
Okay.
okay, because, Dirt Poor, where that came from, you shared with us, what about Filthy Rich?
Well.
I know you gotta know the answer to that.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
I just researched that one.
I
Well, we're gonna
I'll have to
read
look
it.
at that one, see what.
Yeah, that's a
Rich
good question.
means, I guess.
Very money.